Gene, are you listening?
In 2006, the gaming world was riding high on the success of big, cinematic RPGs. Games like Mass Effect 2 and Dragon Age Origins were setting the bar for not only storytelling, but combat as well. But then there was Final Sword 3. Marketed as the next big fantasy epic, Final Sword 3 was supposed to be the triumphant return to the cult favorite series. Instead, it became a cautionary tale of mismanagement, crunch, and unrealized potential. The developers of Final Sword 3 intended it to be an ambitious, open-world RPG with dynamic combat, deep lore, and a morality system that rivaled any of its peers. But intentions don't make a final product.
We were riding the high of games like Oblivion and Fable 2, and the pitch was, what if we combine the best parts of all of those, but with our own twist? Management loved it. Well, until they started cutting features.
So, in your opinion, which section do you wish you could have more work on that felt the most, incomplete?
There was a serene cave system. Cathedral ceilings, glowing mushrooms. There was even a kobold librarian in there, I think. It was supposed to tie into the main quest themes of lost histories, but corporate said it wasn't marketable unless we had like a loot grind, so it got axed.
And that's where the cracks truly started to show. Behind the scenes, Final Sword 3 was a mess. Deadlines kept shifting, key staff left, and the scope kept ballooning, just like for Affinity.
Eventually, delays got so bad that my boss pulled me aside and had me sleep under my desk because, God forbid, I wasn't within arm's reach of Messenger. God forbid I couldn't instantly answer a Skype call. I just need some coffee because we all know that home is where the coffee is. Keep us caffeinated and get the work done. But my work never gets done because, no, Sarah, I can't use this font because it's not readable in the UI. I don't care that it's not popping enough. We don't have room.
And what kind of schedule were you limited to?
And what do I get for all that extra work? After all that pop and pizzazz, they scrapped it all anyway. Perfection.
All right, and that's all we have time for. Thank you for coming, and I was glad to have you on. With delays piling up, the studio pushed the team into a brutal crunch. And as we've seen time and time again, that never ends well.
At one point, we had to redo all the damn armor sets because the art director over here, right behind me, changed her mind at the last minute, Sarah. No, I can't change the armor sets or anything like that. This has already been turned in like 3 weeks ago. Why do you all of a sudden just want to stop having spiky armor or make it more marketable? And like, what the f was this not in the notes of me before? Why are you gonna add this to me right now? I'm already as deep into this project, and I'm already starting on the next one you sent me in. Now you're telling me I have to do revisions for the last one? No, fuck you. Anyways, yeah, as I was saying, then, after all that is said, the engine couldn't even handle half the damn physics that we promised. What was my train of thought? Oh, yeah, no, it's not great. It's not great at all.
And that's not even mentioning the infamous bad dragon incident. At this point, the final product was a Frankenstein's monster of cut content, rushed systems, and half-baked ideas. When Final Sword 3 finally launched, critics tore it apart.
My final score is, this game sucks, out of 5.
Fans were disappointed, and within a year, the studio quietly folded.
It's a shame. There was a good game in there somewhere, but between the mismanagement and the impossible deadlines, it just never stood a chance.
I want to make this clear. Final Sword 3 isn't just a bad game. It's a reminder how easily a project can collapse under its own management. And while we might laugh at the glitches now, there's a real lesson to be learned here, and one that I want to highlight. One about respecting the people who make our games. What's your Final Sword 3? A game you wanted to love but just couldn't? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming retrospectives.
God, I wish. The devs said they were going to finish this zone.
Jade, stay in character.
I'm sorry, I don't have anything for you right now. Officially, I'm part of an environmental storytelling encounter, which is dev speak for we put a story where the rocks are. But really, it's just a pleasant place to be. I love the sound of the waterfalls, and I can hunt and forage in the woods outside. I think the water has some magic in it, but I don't really know. The mushrooms are pretty tasty, though. They're kind of buttery. Look, I was promised a narrative arc. I was supposed to betray the party for backstory reasons, but QA said my moral ambiguity was too spicy. Cowards. I know, right? Here's the thing. Originally, this cave was an environmental storytelling zone with a class war subplot over in the fort, but then marketing was like, can we make it more Hobbitcore? So the writers... Okay, so... And then some genius replaced my tragic backstory with a fetched quest for mystic herbs, which are just tea leaves, by the way. So now the cave is just... home. It's not a bad deal, really. Anyway, do you actually have those, mystic herbs? Laura's just fanfic that the devs forgot to patch out. I've got a pile of plushies in my house, but not really other than that. Might be something in the caverns below, I haven't really explored those. Yeah, feel free to stick around and look, though.